Hello, I'm Amari Jones and welcome to Caffeine TV, your daily video news brief. Here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. The first number up today is 126. That's the number of people who were killed in an attack on a school in Peshawar, Pakistan last night and into today. As many as 100 of them are children. The Pakistani army operation to break the siege on the school is winding down as we're filming today, and so that number could climb. Now, basically what happened is that members of the Pakistan Taliban donned the uniforms of local security officials and entered into the army public school in Peshawar and set off a wave of suicide bombs in classrooms and took hostages throughout the school. Now, as shocking and as astounding this is, as the LA Times lays out, it's nothing new for the people of Pakistan. According to Human Rights Watch, nearly 2 schools a week in Pakistan are attacked by the Taliban, and nearly 600,000 Pakistani children have missed school. And all this just points to the reason why Malala Yousafzai was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize last week. The 16-year-old Pakistani girl who was shot by the Taliban in the head for a blog that she wrote at 11 advocating the education of girls. Now she fights for the education of everyone. And sadly, all of this just underscores the fact that in too many places of the world, not only parts of Pakistan, but parts of other places like Nigeria, education is considered to be an act of war. The next number up today is 3, as in the number of people who were tragically killed in the Sydney siege yesterday. Now, as we spoke about yesterday, as we were filming, the Australian authorities were busy storming the Lint store in Sydney because they'd heard a gun go off. Apparently what had happened is that Tory Johnson, the manager of the store, attempted to grab the gun from Man Manas, the gunman. The gun went off. It killed Johnson. Authorities entered in order to try to save everyone else. And in the crossfire, it ended up killing Katrina Dawson somehow, who was a hostage, shielding another hostage who was pregnant. Now, so far it looks as if Man Manas was just a person who was off the rails. Ever since he'd arrived in Australia from Iran, his life was bizarre. He'd been everything from a peace activist to a cleric to a carpet salesman to a bouncer at a nightclub, and somehow took a wrong turn. He was charged with accessory to murder for helping his girlfriend kill his ex-wife, and was a charge with sexual assault of 43 women against 43 women while he was a spiritual advisor in Perth. Now, the good news is that it does appear that this was just only one person acting alone, but it sure shows what one person acting alone can do. The next number up today is 40, as in Ferguson grand jury witness number 40. The testimony of that witness was essential to corroborating the story of Officer Darren Wilson in the shooting of Michael Brown that day, and it was used by everyone from the St. Louis County prosecutor to talking heads like Sean Hannity on Fox to cast doubt on what happened that day. But as the smoking gun points out and is laid out by the Daily Mail today, the problem with that witness, Sandra McElroy, is that she has a history of being a lying racist with a history of an untreated mental illness. As a matter of fact, the reason why she was able to corroborate his story is because she apparently read it in the newspaper, and there's an open question as to whether or not she was actually even in Ferguson that day. Now, all of this just points to the reason why this case needed to go to trial. All of this would have come out as she was being cross-examined on the witness stand, but that never happened. Instead, the St. Louis County prosecutor had a trial in private where he was able to legitimate the testimony of anybody that he wanted.